In the heart of Missoula, we're at a major trail intersection. Heading south straight ahead is the Bitterroot Branch. Now we head east on the Riverfront Trail. This is the old Milwaukee rail line right-of-way, converted to a trail in the 80s and 90s. Very popular in Missoula. Great bike ride, great walk, jog, stroll. Very few road crossings. This is Hickory Street, close to our free cycle bike shop. It's one of the only road crossings. In fact, you can take a spur of the trail along the river and avoid that road crossing. Off to the right, Natural History Center and the Five Valleys Land Trust. This trail goes for several miles in almost all directions. Missoula has been working diligently to connect trails. The hard part was getting the first pieces in place, which is the hard part of almost any new type of system or project. Now the challenge is to connect some of the missing gaps. On the Bitterroot Trail heading south, there's a 7-mile gap that will be completed in the next 2 years. Now we go under Orange Street. The last minute, this underpass was added when the bridge was reconstructed 10 years ago. Thank goodness for the neighborhood outcry to make that trail connect under the road that was already raised. In any town, trail advocates should be looking for places that trails can naturally go right under a road without having to have the trail dip down too far. The 7-mile gap in the Bitterroot Trail will be completed in the next 2 years. That'll connect to the trail along 93 in Lolo, and there's an existing 50-mile trail from Lolo to south of Hamilton, Montana. The 7-mile gap, once completed, will be a critical trail piece. Anyone visiting Missoula, get a bike. Tour the city via trails. At Free Cycles, we have rental bikes for a couple dollars a day. The city park system has some free cruiser bikes for the afternoon. University has a large fleet, free for the students, faculty, and staff. That missed through our Free Cycles program. We're looking at helping start a bike library for Missoula with several hubs. Not the fancy bike share systems that are popping up in many larger cities throughout the world. Some of those have been plagued with some challenges, cost, software, technical issues. And we're not talking about the free roaming bikes, which is what started Free Cycles in 1996. Put bikes on street corners with little notes saying "ride me and leave me." That can work. It's challenging. A library might be the middle path. More accountable and reliable than free roaming bikes, but not as expensive or bureaucratic in a way as so-called third or fourth generation bike share systems. Sustainable transportation is about healthy movement. Seeing your community, feeling your community, powering yourself, pollution-free, getting exercise, being active, meeting and greeting, playing musical instruments. Almost a place as much as a throughput. This Riverfront Trail has many areas where you can stop and have a picnic. Jump in the river. We're lucky that our river has been embraced by this community. The Clark Fork River runs through the heart of Missoula. This is called the commuter network. It's a little challenging to make this a commuter ride with so many people walking and dogs and babies, but it can work. People on foot or bike know how to work with each other. A little bit, we passed under the Higgins Bridge. Now we're passing under the Madison Bridge. So it makes for a connected, very pleasant, enjoyable ride to have the trail be continuous without having to stop at cross streets or stoplights or other blockages. That bridge is known as the Madison Underbridge. 8 years ago, built underneath the highway. Connects both sides of the river. That's a DoubleTree Hotel, and it's sort of a missing link. Many people are working to get the trail between the river and the hotel. There's a okay alternative route in front of the hotel, but you're back on street. University of Montana off to the right. So students can easily bike to the University of Montana without interacting with cars.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Daniel. How you doing?
How you doing?
Great.
But it's hard.
Daniel volunteers at our community bike shop often. So right here, the asphalt's going to end, and we're hoping to do some more psyllium up ahead. It'll be about a 5 to 7 mile connection to East Missoula. This trail spur goes right into the heart of the university. We're going to turn north and go over another bike ped bridge, the Van Buren Footbridge, which actually was the first Higgins Bridge. It was moved down upriver just a bit. Several bike ped bridges in Missoula that are great for walking and biking. And there's also a movement afoot to get a trail between the river and the shopping center up here on the right. Trails help make a community very healthy.